If you're doing everything right, eating well, moving your body, sleeping enough, and the weight still isn't moving, you are not broken. You are not lazy, and this is not a willpower problem. Something changed, and I'm going to explain exactly what that is. Hi, I'm Dr. Shermadou. I'm a board-certified family and obesity medicine physician, and I help busy adults like you finally lose the weight, reclaim your energy, and build a body that carries you with strength well into old age. Today, I want to talk specifically to women in their 40s and 50s who feel like their bodies stopped cooperating, seemingly overnight. Because that feeling, it's real. And there's a biological reason for this. When you were in your 30s, your metabolism had a certain rhythm. Hormones were relatively stable. Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, they were all working together to help regulate your weight, your energy, your body composition. Then perimenopause starts, sometimes as early as your late 30s, and those hormones begin to shift, not disappear, but shift. And the ripple effects are significant. Here's what changes. 1, estrogen begins to decline and fluctuate. Estrogen helps regulate where your body stores fat. And so when it drops, its storage shifts from your hips and thighs, the so-called pear shape, to your abdomen, belly fat, the kind that's harder to lose and carries more metabolic risk. Progesterone drops too, usually before estrogen actually, and this affects your sleep quality, your stress response, and your water retention. You wake up more, you feel more wired, but also more exhausted. And when you're not sleeping well, your hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin go haywire. You're hungrier, you crave more, and your body is less efficient at burning fat. And then there's cortisol, chronic stress, which most women in this season of life are carrying in abundance. Career, family, caregiving, all of that keeps cortisol elevated. And cortisol tells your body to hold on to fat, especially belly fat. Here's something most people don't know. Your metabolism isn't just a number. It's largely determined by how much muscle you have. Muscle is metabolically active tissue. It burns calories even at rest. And after about 35, women begin to lose muscle mass unless they're actively working to build and maintain it. So here's what's happening simultaneously. Your hormones are shifting, your sleep is disrupted, your stress is high, and you're losing muscle. Your body is burning fewer calories at rest. Of course, the same approach isn't going to work. This is not a moral failure. This is just physiology. Your body didn't give up on you. It changed. And so your strategy needs to change with it. So what do we do about this? In my practice, I work with women at exactly this stage, women who've tried everything and feel like nothing works. And what we focus on is not less food and more cardio. That approach often backfires in this population. Here's what we actually address. Number 1, a thorough evaluation, including labs and body composition. On the lab side, I'm not talking about the standard workup that comes back normal. I look at estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, thyroid, insulin, and much more. Because normal on a lab range and optimal for you are often two different things. This is where the root cause work begins. I also use an in-body scan to assess body composition. This gives us a complete breakdown on body fat, muscle mass, water, and visceral fat levels. And visceral fat is the inflammatory fat that surrounds your organs. It's associated with metabolic disease and even certain cancers. And it's completely invisible on a regular scale. The in-body scale tells me whether we're losing fat and preserving muscle, which is exactly what we want, or whether we're losing the wrong things. Number 2, strength training. Not to look a certain way, but as medicine. Lifting weights preserves and builds muscle, which protects your metabolism. It also improves your insulin sensitivity, your bone density, metabolic health, and hormonal balance. It's one of the most powerful interventions I can offer a woman in her 40s, and it doesn't have to be extreme. Consistent progressive resistance training, 2 to 4 times a week, makes a profound difference. Number 3, protein. Most women in midlife are under eating protein, and protein supports muscle synthesis, keeps you full, and has a higher thermic effect than carbs or fats, meaning your body burns more calories just digesting it. I typically target 0.8 to 1 gram a pound per body weight, depending on the patient. And number 4, sleep and stress. I know these feel like soft variables, but they're not. They're physiological inputs that directly affect fat storage, hunger, and muscle recovery. We work on sleep hygiene and stress management together because we can't eliminate stress, but learning to manage it makes a meaningful difference in how your body responds to everything else. And sometimes, when appropriate, we use anti-obesity medications, including GLP-1 receptor agonists, Qsymia, and other medications. These can be a powerful tool for the right patient, and not as a shortcut, but as a bridge that allows the other work to actually land. If you made it this far, I want you to hear this. The frustration you feel is valid. What you're experiencing is real, and there is a path forward, but it starts with understanding your body as it is right now, not as it was 10 years ago. And this is exactly the work I do at Sakina Health. We start with a comprehensive evaluation, hormones, labs, body composition, and we build a plan around you, not a generic protocol, not a crash diet, a system designed for the long term. If you're in Ohio and ready to get to the root of this, I'd love to work with you. The link to book a consult is in the description below. And if this video was helpful, please share it with a woman in your life who needs to hear this. And of course, subscribe if you want more content like this. I'm here every week breaking down the science so you can make the best decisions for your health. I'll see you in the next one.